Now guys, Canada finally got its new immigration minister, that is Honorable Mark Miller. He is replacing Sean Fraser. Now guys, Canada does this very regularly. It's a part of the ongoing cabinet shuffle. The new immigration minister will obviously be bringing in new ideas, and every immigration minister has his own priorities, set pattern of thought process, and then set priorities that are given by the prime minister to every immigration minister. Now with the new immigration minister coming in, it is really important for us to see how he thinks, what kind of priorities does that person have in mind, and what kind of things is he planning to do in the first couple of months or weeks that he comes into the office. Guys, all of this is extremely important because tons of people really want to move to Canada, and like any other country, the immigration policies are heavily dependent on the person who's actually leading it, and in this case, this is the new immigration minister, Honorable Mark Miller. So in this video today, we will look at what are his initial thoughts based on the interviews and the publications that have been out recently on the interviews that have been held with him. Guys, please be tuned till the end. My name is Sahil. Guys, welcome back once again. My name is Sahil and I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant and I practice in Ontario. My office is there in Canada. Guys, if you have to get in touch with me, my number is on the screen and the details are there in the description box. More than happy to connect with you. Before we proceed any further, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon because we talk a lot about Canadian immigration. And if you are an aspirant of moving to Canada, then this is the channel that you must be subscribed to all the time. So guys, like I said, Canada has recently got its new immigration minister, Honorable Mark Miller. He is a part of the regular cabinet reshuffle that happens every 2 years in Canada, and he is replacing Honorable Sean Fraser. Now, while Sean Fraser was a real popular figure amongst the immigrant population, just like any immigration minister, because immigration is a real important topic in Canada for economic growth and people who really want to move to Canada because of the open programs and the open arms policy that it normally has. So therefore, we expect the same for Honorable Mark Miller, that in the coming days, weeks and months, he will be able to give out more policies and more attractive policies and make Canada, or continue that Canada remains to be the the favorable destination for people who want to move abroad. Now guys, he recently held a lot of interviews with a lot of popular platforms like radio stations and publications and the news agencies, and all of them have been out. Now guys, based off what the thought process is out there, he is really going to focus on the trades. He really says that the agriculture trades and the healthcare appear to be one of the top priorities where the labor shortages are there. So definitely, be it express entry or be it the LMIA programs or the REP that is upcoming, the new program, we can expect him to lay special focus, if not the sole focus, but at least special high priority focus on the agriculture trades and healthcare. He also talked about the importance of trades when he was talking about the express entry programs, when the category specific draws are also started coming in. That's a part of the Bill C-19. So when the trade specific draws are happening in the category specific draws of express entry, we can expect a lower cutoffs because the batch size is going to be or expected to be larger for the other. And otherwise also, if you look at the trade draw that happened recently, that had a very low cutoff score of CRS. So what gives us, what this gives us as a thought is that I think in the next couple of years, based on the policies that are being designed and the the express entry and everything, I think there are two clear-cut pathways. One, the person or especially people who are inside Canada on open work permits can utilize trades for the benefit of their PR in the recent times to come. Now, if you talk about express entry, just get 6 months worth of experience in the last couple of years, and you should be able to sit in the category specific draw for a trade program. Now, if you talk about French, it's an ongoing thing that French has been very, very important in the past couple of years, and I've been continuously mentioning to all my clients that guys, if nothing works out, French will definitely help because it's there in the policy. Every province, Ontario is following, even the federal policy is laying special focus on French speaking population. So for the times to come, we expect the French draws to be on the lower side. Well guys, it's just a matter of 8 to 9 months when you can learn French from the scratch, and you will be able to get a decent score with obviously the right amount of effort. You will be able to get a decent score to get past the express entry draws. Guys, the next focus that I received, based on the information, was that the immigration minister is going to lay focus on processing times. He thinks that still the ongoing processing times are a lot more, although Canada, the IRCC has done considerable amount of time in bringing the processing times back to the standard process or the standard milestones, but he says that they're still out of what the expected timeline for people. He still wants to shorten it up, and then IRCC has already done a lot to bring the processing times to normal. I think special focus once again. So we know that in the past couple of years, IRCC has hired more people, more staffers. They have bucketed out the late or the outliers. They have kept the ongoing regular files in a separate bucket to process within average standard times, and then they are also deploying technology to make sure that I think about 85 million or 85, something around 85 million, $100 million have been spent to make sure that technology is used to speed up this. Like a clear-cut example here would be they have automated the to a couple of stages. They have automated the study permit extension inside Canada. So these are certain smaller examples. They're also working on dual intent TRVs, or the temporary resident visas for spousal sponsorship applicants. So such applications are being handed over to technology for faster processing, and we assume that IRCC will be able to deploy more such technology and such logics to ensure files are approved within a shorter span of time. Right now also TRVs are being processed within the 30-day period from heavy application countries like India itself, right? So yes, they have already worked a lot. They are going to work a lot more. At least that's what the immigration minister says. Now he did talk about the express entry, like I told you, special focus on key trades and healthcare and the importance of express entry. One key takeaway that the interviewers asked him that what about the focus on the immigration target, like how many people are coming to Canada. What do you think? Should this number be reduced or should this number be increased? And also with the ongoing housing crisis, or rather the increasing prices or the inflation and everything, the immigration minister was asked that what do you think, does immigration have a direct impact on this? So on this particular topic he said that the immigration levels or the number of people coming in does not have a direct impact on the housing or the inflation as such, because the immigrant population is important for the economic growth of the country. And so based on this premises, he says he does not expect at all the numbers to go lower. They could either stay standard or could go higher only. So that means for the next 2 years, while the term of this immigration minister continues, the good news is that the immigration levels or the targets will continue to either climb or stay flat at least, or at least he's saying it should climb in the coming. So next year the immigration report, levels report for the next year should be out very very soon. It normally comes around the month of September to November. So we are hoping to get the new immigration levels report soon, and that will tell what IRCC is planning in terms of the number of people to be invited. Overall, the last thing is that he wants to work on the foreign credential recognition program. Now he's pained at heart to see a lot of skilled workers not being allowed to work in their field because their credentials are not being recognized. Now such people work heavily in terms of work experience and education back home, and the whole purpose of bringing those people in the gamut of economic immigration is that those people are ready to merge in the economy. But the foreign credential recognition program, the ongoing one in Canada, is so weak that those people are unwillingly forced to stay on bench or do a couple of things so that the credential gets recognized. Now the immigration minister says that he will work on improving these foreign credential recognitions so that the people are able to merge with the economy at a much faster rate. One example would be that Ontario has recently done this for engineers in terms of recognition and recognizing their overseas work experience as well. So this foreign credential recognition has been going on previously, and they are hoping to improve this even further. But so as to say, I think the key takeaway here is that I personally thought that the immigration minister has so far improvised or reconfirmed what are the ongoing methods that have been adopted by IRCC so far. So looks like the Immigration Minister Sean Fraser did a good job, and Mark Miller is going to improve it even further. So good to see that the synergies are matching and everybody is still thinking in the same lines. So we hope to see more policies, more programs, and more improvements in the times to come. Couple of new programs have already been launched, some improvements in the SDS category for students, some improvements in the LMI issuance program, which we will talk about the next few videos. So definitely good news is already on the way, more good news is expected. Guys, I hope the video did give you much insights into what is happening in the world of Canadian immigration. If you have anything to discuss with us, please feel free to give us a call, schedule a consultation, and we would be more than happy to speak with you. Once again, we wish you all the best, and we really hope to see you soon in Canada. All the best.